2 Samuel 11, David's sin. At the turn of the year, the time when the kings go to war, David sent out Joab along with the officers and all Israel, and they laid waste to the Ammonites and besieged Rabbah. David himself remained in Jerusalem. One evening David rose from his bed and strolled about on the roof of the king's house. From the roof he saw a woman bathing. She was very beautiful. David sent people to inquire about the woman. Was told she is Bathsheba, daughter of Eliam, wife of Uriah the Hittite, Joab's armor-bearer. Then David sent messengers and took her. When she came back to him, he took her to bed at that time when she was just purified after her period, and when she returned to her house, the woman had become pregnant. She sent a message to inform David, "I'm pregnant." So David sent a message to Joab, "Send to me Uriah the Hittite." Joab sent Uriah to David. And when he came, David asked him how Joab was, and how the army was, and how the war was going. And Uriah answered that all was well. David then said to Uriah, "Go down to your house and bathe your feet." Uriah left the king's house, and a portion of the king's table was set after him. But Uriah slept at the entrance of the king's house with the officers of his lord, and did not go down to his own house. David was told, "Uriah has not gone down to his house." So he said to Uriah, "Have you not come from journey? Why then do you not go down to your house?" Uriah answered David, "The ark and Israel and Judah are staying in tents. My lord Joab and my lord's servants are encamped at the open field. Can I go home and eat and drink and sleep with my wife? As the Lord lives, as you live, I will do no such thing." When David said to Uriah, "Stay here today also, and tomorrow, and I will send you back." So Uriah stayed in Jerusalem today, and on the following day David summoned him, and he ate and drank, and who got him drunk. But in the evening he went to sleep on his bed among the Lord's servants, and did not go down to his house. The next morning David wrote a letter to Joab and sent by Uriah. This is what he wrote in the letter. "Place Uriah up front where the fighting is fierce, and pull back and leave him to be struck down dead." So while Joab was besieging the city, he assigned Uriah to the place where he knew the defenders were strong. Then the men of the city made a sortie against Joab. Some officers of David's army fell, and Uriah the Hittite also died. Then Joab sent David a report of all the details of the battle, instructing the messenger, "When you have finished giving the king details of the battle, the king may become angry and say to you, 'Why did you go near the city to fight? Did you not know that they would shoot from the wall? Who killed Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal? Was it not a woman who threw the millstone down on him from the wall above so that he died in Thebez? Why are you going near the wall?' Then you turn and are to say, 'Your servant Uriah the Hittite is also dead.'" The messenger set out on his arrival. He reported to David everything had sent him to tell. He told David, "The men had the advantage over us and came out to the open against us, but we pushed back at the entrance of the city gate. Then the archers shot your servants from the wall above. The home of the king's servant died, and your servant Uriah the Hittite is also dead." David said to the messenger, "This is what you shall say to Joab. Do not let this be a great evil in your sight, for the sword devours now here and now there. Strengthen your attack on the city and destroy it. Encourage him." When the wife of Uriah heard her husband had died, she mourned over her lord. But once the mourning was over, David sent for her and brought her into his house. She became his wife and bore him a son. But in the sight of the Lord, what David had done was evil.